how fanatical fans are and what they want to see. And we're here to show up and give them a good time, to entertain them and to win and to get them to cheer loud. So it was something that I think it brought out the best in us, and that's what you need. You need good fans to bring up the level, and they did, and we delivered.
The first foul ball I ever caught. Cole was on the mound, 4th inning, against the Giants. I know I'm still shaking a little bit. I finally got to meet him in 16 years.
Spring of 2023, and it's like Bailey Falter versus Andrew Painter. Sanchez, but we know he's not going to make the team. And now he's got a $22.5 million contract.
I'm Gregg Murphy.
I'm Sam Stafford.
I'm Todd Zolecki.
This is Ruben Amaro.
I'm Jim Salisbury.
Hi, this is Matt Jackson from the Reading Phillies. Welcome to Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism.
How do they do that?
A vacation in Montgomery County, PA is so affordable, you might lose your cool.
Oh, geez. Don't worry about it. It's free.
Feel free to explore the soldiers' huts.
Free? Yes!
Parking is free!
Free!
It's free!
With so many affordable things in Montgomery County, go ahead. Freak out.
Philadelphia's favorite sports boutique and Wayne's favorite card store have joined forces to create an exciting new experience on the main line. Together, Shibe Vintage Sports and Wheelhouse Cards are offering fans a one-stop shop for throwback sports clothing, cards, memorabilia, and more, all the while supporting small community businesses.
Be sure to check out their new locations in downtown Wayne, on Paoli Pike in Westchester, and online at shibesports.com.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism. I'm Gregg Murphy. What a night it was a few Fridays back here at Citizens Bank Park as the Phillies organization honored Cole Hamels with his retirement celebration. And after that, a few days later, our own Sam Stafford caught up with Cole at Dynasty Sports in Willow Grove to talk about his early pitching success and how these Phillies fans helped him in his career.
Hey guys, we are here at Dynasty inside of the Willow Grove Mall, and I am obviously here with Cole Hollywood Hamels, the 2008 World Series MVP and champion. Cole, you got your call to the majors at just 22 years old. Could you ever have imagined back at 22 that your career would end up like it did?
No, I think you're just excited to get to the big leagues, and wherever you are, you just want to do well for your teammates, and you really do. You try to feel out the city that you're participating in, and what the actual end result is always to win, and to really see what it signifies of the importance and how much sports mean, and you see that with Philly, and I think that's what my teammates really kind of all did. We all came together and enjoyed the moment, but I learned an incredible lot of life lessons here in Philly on that team, and to be where I am today, just the appreciation I have for them.
Now, you said all you wanted to do was win, and you won a lot at just 24. What was that like?
It was great. Just to be able to take any sort of team into a postseason and know that you're on top of it and you can take care of your job. They're going to take care of theirs. We're together, and I know that's what I stressed yesterday. It's we all are together trying to accomplish a goal, and it's more enjoyable when you are doing it with a lot of people and everybody's behind you and they're fighting for you. They believe in it, and when you get it done, there's nothing better.
And you had an incredible team back in 2008. You already talked about it, but how does that kind of resemble the team that we're seeing nowadays?
No, there's a lot of strong similarities, but you have to look at they're their own team, and they're going to go do their own mission, their own goals. They're going to go accomplish it. But it's exciting to finally sit back and kind of watch that and witness what they're able to do. And the last 2 years, I understand they came up short, but that you can see what they're going to do, and you're just kind of waiting and you're right behind them. And I think that's what we all are. We're really excited to see what they're going to go do because they're a very enjoyable team to watch.
Yeah, you've come back for the postseasons the last couple of years.
I have, and it's a different experience. When you're not in the dugout and you don't have the stress of performing, you get to enjoy it a little bit more, and you really do. You get to soak up the the fan energy and see it from a different angle. It's special to be part of that.
You kind of already mentioned it, but Philly is a tough city to play in, but it really embraced you, and you really embraced the city. Why do you think that was?
I think the Phillies front office, they definitely know how to get players that can probably handle it, and their personalities. And when you get us all together, we all work together really well. And I know a lot of us, we're West Coast guys, and so we come into the East Coast and a Philly sort of just how fanatical fans are and what they want to see, and we're here to show up and give them a good time, to entertain them and to win, and to get them to cheer loud. So it was something that I think it brought out the best in us, and that's what you need. You need good fans to bring up the level, and they did, and we delivered.
Now, before your retirement last night, you did mention that you were really nervous. Now that it's done, what was more nerve-wracking, throwing out that first pitch or pitching in a World Series?
Oh, throwing out the first pitch. I think that's it's always and I credit Chase for this. It's like it's our worst nightmare is to not be good at something we were good at, and when you have to go back to that, the expectation, you're like, oh man, I don't want to mess up, and you want to give the fans something. You bring that the memories back. So yeah, being able to throw the pitch, shoot, thousands and thousands of time off the mound to Chooch, and so to be able to get that last time. It's an impressive and an emotional moment, and I'm glad I was able to throw it to him.
I was going to say, when he came out, did it at least comfort you a little bit?
Yeah, no, it's just old times. It's like when we completed a game.
It was an emotional night. What was it like to see all of your former teammates, friends, coaches up on the scoreboard talking about what you meant to them?
It really is. It's humbling and surreal. Just because I had so much respect for those guys. I looked up to them. I was the young guy. So you're looking up to some of the greats that, I was like, all right, I want to be just as good, or I don't want to let them down. And then to hear, the response and their opinions and just what they saw out of me. I'm glad I, did well for them. But it's just a blessing to have the type of players that I played with. And I think that's why we have such a strong bond. I mean, even to this day, we're always connected. We're always intrigued with what we're doing. We're always trying to catch up. And if there's time to spend some moments with them, because we do. We were able to celebrate something really special, and it's never going to end.
What was it like having Charlie Manuel as your manager?
It was a tremendous experience. I think we all looked at him as kind of a father figure and a dad, so you never wanted to let him down. But just how he got the best out of us, he's just a funny, calm guy, and when you do fire him up, he fires up quickly. But he was perfect for all of us, and he just knew how to talk to us. He knew how to encourage us. Very, very lucky to have his sort of guidance and leadership, because he did. He got it done, and it's for what we were able to go out and accomplish. And I know we wanted to do it over and over, and it didn't happen. But it's I think we all look back and just know how lucky we are to have him as manager.
Charlie, we just spoke to Cole Hamels after his retirement night, and one of the things he said was just how important you were to the team that they had back then, and that you were a father-like figure. What's it like to see those players that you had on that iconic team come back and retire as Phillies?
When I had them, I used to never tell them how much love I had for them. Now I tell them I love them. After about, 15, 16 years, all of them, they're like my sons and things like that. I think I'm different from most managers because I spent a lot of time with my players, and I think I try to be real honest with them and real, and I had a close bond with most of them.
Now, you obviously were a players coach and you were really close. Did you have any idea what kind of impact you had on the players at that time?
I always think that they respected me, and we had a lot of fun to give. During the game, we took the game very serious, but at the same time, during the season, we also had a lot of fun. There's a lot of laughter and and we played hard and we played right. And I still to this day, I talk about our fans. I think the fans helped our players to be good players and keep energy during a focus during a whole season.
All right, time now to throw it over to Philadelphia's preeminent quizmaster. It's Johnny Goodtimes, and he's got some baseball trivia.
Phillies former shortstop Eric Bruntlett is the most recent Major League Baseball player to accomplish what?
BetPark's online casino and sportsbook. You love to play, you play to win, you bet BetParks.
When you open the BetParks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Plus, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. BetParks.
Phillies Nation is your source for breaking news, original analysis, trade insights, and more. With credentialed access, our team of writers brings you first-hand accounts from your favorite players on today's team, minor league prospects of the future, and Phillies alumni from the past. Join our community and connect with hundreds of thousands of diehard fans through our social media, road trips, tailgate parties, and charity events. Don't miss a thing. Be sure to visit PhilliesNation.com every single day.
Feel free to explore the soldiers' huts.
Free? Yes! Hey, parking is free! Free!
Gotta get your value.
There's no better bargain than a vacation in Montco, PA.
These guys can't get enough.
Welcome to This Week in Philly Baseball History, presented by Shibe Vintage Sports. This week, in 1954, the final Philadelphia City Series game was held at Connie Mack Stadium. Richie Ashburn scored 2 runs for the NL Club in a 3-2 victory. The yearly exhibition dates back to 1883. Celebrate more Philly sports history with clothing from Shibe Vintage Sports, where there's a story in every stitch. Visit them at 13th and Walnut Streets or at shibesports.com.
Phillies former shortstop Eric Bruntlett is the most recent Major League Baseball player to accomplish what? That is to have an unassisted triple play. It is the only time an unassisted triple play ended a game, and even better, it was against the Mets.
If you're a trivia buff, head to JohnnyGoodtimes.com to hire Johnny for your next company party or private event. Welcome back to Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism. I'm Gregg Murphy. At the Dynasty Sports event, Cole Hamels was gracious, as always, in meeting and talking with the fans. They brought lots of different items to be signed, and they shared some stories with our Sam Stafford.
So you did get a ball signed, but you're wearing a Hamels jersey. So where'd you get that?
So this is actually my father's jersey. Cole Hamels was his favorite player growing, when he was playing. My father passed away about 3 years ago. So I wanted to come out, bring the Cole Hamels jersey out. This is the closest I could get to my father actually meeting Cole. So it had a lot of sentimental, not just being able to come out and support Cole, but actually kind of bring my dad to here, even though he couldn't be here with us today. So.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So.
Did you think about getting it signed?
I was thinking about it, but I just wanted to leave it just the way it was, that my dad had it and stuff, and just be able to wear it and not have to worry about messing up the autograph. So we got the World Series ball, going to kind of put the jersey next with the ball, put it out on the display in the room.
So I saw you getting your ball signed, and you put a ticket in there, so there's some other autographs. What's all on there?
Right now it's Carlos Ruiz, Cole Hamels, the only 2 I'm getting on here. I was just home from Iraq about a month, and we went to a game, the first foul ball I ever caught. Cole was on the mound, 4th inning, against the Giants. I know I'm still shaking a little bit. I finally got to meet him in 16 years. Last year for my birthday, Carlos was doing a signing at the other Dynasty, and then we found out he was coming this year, so this was my Father's Day gift.
Wow, so are those the tickets from that day?
This is the ticket from that. This is the ticket from that day, and I had kind of written on it, Cole Hamels pitching, foul ball, caught, Phil's 165.
That's awesome.
And it's just been sitting on a shelf, and then now that these guys are all retired and they're doing these, I'm like, I got to come out. I got to do it.
And you said that was your first game home from Iraq?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. My second tour. I was home. Let me see. This was May 4th. I got home April 5th.
Wow. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Tom, what did you get signed today?
I got a picture that I got a long time ago from the World Series of Cole Hamels. You know what I mean? I actually have it, like, I had it unsigned for a long time, like in a frame, like at home. So it's good just to get it signed now and put it with the rest of the stuff that I have.
Is it going to go right back on the wall? Is it going to get a special light?
Yeah, I got. I guess I got to go home and put it in the back in the frame, and then I'll put it right back up tonight. Yeah.
And so, Lisa, what did you get signed today?
So this is a bat my husband and I, when we went to Cooperstown for the first time in 2003. And I thought to myself, what am I going to do with this bat? And this was Cole. He was the Hall of Fame game MVP, June 16th, 03. And he made his Major League debut May 12th, 06. And so it was a fun game. He was a young kid. So
did you get a chance to tell him about it over there?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he really, he wrote it down, so.
That's awesome.
But I guess he remembered it.
Now you're wearing the shirt from last night as well. So
yes.
you were there.
Oh, it was a wonderful night. It was fantastic. His speech, everything. It was great. All the players that came back. It was a good night.
Now, you mentioned that this is just one of the things you guys have. So what's it look like in your area? You got a lot of memorabilia down there?
Yeah, well, when you start going to Cooperstown and then you start adding in the Hall of Famers, but mostly I'm a Phillies fan. So I guess I've been a Phillies fan since the 80s. A lot of 80 and 08 stuff, and now I'm starting with the 22 team for their World Series run, and then I can't wait till they make the World Series.
What did you get signed here today?
It's a lithograph that they sent out to full season ticket holders before the 2009 season.
So you kept it all that time. Did you know you were going to get the autographs eventually?
Well, it's taken a long time. I still have a bunch to get, but this is the first chance I had for Cole to sign it.
So you have a couple other guys on there. Who do you have so far?
The main ones: Utley, Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins, Brad Lidge, Chooch. So the main guys.
Do you display this at home somewhere?
Not yet, because I want all the autographs before I do it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Joe. I heard that you're a big-time collector. What did you get signed today?
I got my bat signed by Cole Hamels.
And who else is on there?
I have Billy Wagner, Jim Thome, Scott Rowland, Rojas, and then Juan Sowell.
So you're here a lot. Do you always get this bat signed, or you bring in other items too?
This is actually a new bat. I had a black bat that I had. It has a bunch of people on that I ran out of room out of, so.
I love it. Do you have a display at home that you set them up on?
Yes, I have a bunch of baseballs and bats and all that stuff, so.
That's awesome. What is it? Is it just like the nostalgia of it that makes you love it so much?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. It helps me out a lot with what I'm going through, and I love my sports because of it, so, yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now a crazy Philadelphia sports story.
In Philadelphia, the name Mr. Basketball refers to the one and only Eddie Gottlieb. The Ukrainian-born Gottlieb was the key to organized sports in Philadelphia after graduating from South Philadelphia High School. First as a player, coach, and manager for the South Philadelphia Hebrew Association teams that dominated the East Coast in the 1920s. Then, he helped start the Basketball Association of America, the league that later became the NBA. Gottlieb was the first coach and manager of the Philadelphia Warriors. He led them to the 1947 championship and later signed Wilt Chamberlain. Eventually, he bought the team and moved them to San Francisco, where they're now known as the Golden State Warriors.
Parks Casino. This is how you win.
It's summer at Parks Casino, and the weather isn't the only thing that's hot. Slots are hot, table games are hot, sportsbook is hot, live entertainment and restaurants are sizzling hot. And check out the X Club. Join and instantly get $20 free slot play. Plus, we'll match your tiered card from another casino. It's time for some hot summer action at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. And now 100% smoke-free. Parks Casino, this is how you win.
A vacation in Montgomery County, PA is so affordable, you might lose your cool.
Oh, geez. Don't worry about it. It's free.
Feel free to explore the soldiers' huts.
Free? Yes! Hey, parking is free! Free! It's free!
With so many affordable things in Montgomery County, go ahead. Freak out!
From Octavius Cotto to Connie Mack to Edith Houghton, it's always been about more than baseball in Philadelphia. That's why, in the spirit of those pioneers, Shibe Vintage Sports is a proud supporter of the Anderson Monarchs youth baseball program in South Philly. We believe that it's important to honor the past and also invest in the future. You too can support youth baseball in Philly.
For every Philadelphia Stars shirt sold, a portion will be donated to the Anderson Monarchs.
Visit shibesports.com.
Welcome back to Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism. I'm Gregg Murphy. This week on The Phillies Show, Todd Zolecki and Ruben Amaro Jr. are talking about the signing and progression of young left-handed pitcher Christopher Sanchez, who came to the Phillies organization in a minor trade back in 2019.
Christopher Sanchez, $22.5 million 4-year extension, 2019. The Tampa Bay Rays had to place him on the 40-man roster. And they're like, we have some guys that are better than him. So they trade him to the Phillies for Curtis Mead. He's a hard-throwing lefty. And then he kind of like hits some bumps in the road. The velocity drops. He's not throwing strikes. Curtis Mead then becomes this top 100 prospect. This trade looks like a total bust. And then last spring, the Phillies are looking for a number 5 starter. And spring of 2023. And it's like Bailey Falter versus Andrew Painter. And Sanchez, but we know he's not going to make the team. And now he's got a $22.5 million contract. I mean, it's just shows you how like unpredictable and everything is and player development is, right? I mean, what do you think about just how that whole storyline?
It really is one of the things we talk about, the beauty of baseball all the time, right? And everybody wants to assess trades and decisions, and then you want to look at things like in a vacuum. Guess what? You have to kind of wait things out and see how things play out, because baseball is like no other sport. You just don't know whether, even the greatest prospects in the world can fizzle out when they get to the major leagues, or they can have like 1 or 2 great years and then they can be the rookie of the year and then become nothing. When you start thinking about left-handed pitchers, especially really tall and lanky, and leverage guys with a lot of levers and leverage. I've talked to scouts over the years. You just don't know when those guys are going to be able to put their bodies in a position to have success. I've seen a lot of baseball in my day, and this is one of the most amazing transformations of a pitcher I've ever seen. And I'm not overstating this.
No.
By the time you're 25 or 26 years old, you probably have a pretty good idea what this guy's going to be, what a player is going to be, whether he's gotten to the big leagues or, it's fairly close, or he's had a little taste or what have you. And when he first got to the big leagues, I looked at this guy and go, wow, he's just a thrower. He has no idea where his fastball is going. He's throwing 95 or 96 miles an hour. At times he'll hit 97, and you're going, this guy just doesn't. For number one, he doesn't know where his fastball is going, and number two, he doesn't have a breaking pitch. He doesn't have an off pitch. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, this was just sort of a throwaway deal, because he just doesn't. He's not going to be able to make the adjustments to be mechanically sound enough to be able to pitch. Well, it was obvious, and Matt Gelb had a great story about it, and talked a little bit about, his development. But, it sort of takes a village. I think Cesar Ramos had a little bit to do with it when he was a coach in AAA. I think, Caleb Cotham obviously has to get some love for it. But really, if the onus is on the pitcher himself, Christopher, he just decided, you know what? I'm not going back down again. I'm going to do what I need to do and make the adjustments, me personally, to be a viable major league pitcher. And boy, did he pitch well at the end of the year last year, and basically he changed his whole program. He became a pitcher. He started throwing strikes more consistently, and actually, beat out Bailey Falter and knocked him off the grid. And he ended up being a pretty viable, starter for them. Still didn't know what he was going to be when he rolled into spring training, but what that transformation of having one of the best pitches in baseball now, the changeup with the great arm action and great action, and great success with it, And then not only that, but he also started developing like a slider. All of a sudden he had like a breaking pitch. Oh my goodness.
Right.
And
It was funny. I went back the past couple of days and I read a lot of the stories that were written when the Phillies got him in that trade. And even the Phillies were saying, like, he's a hard-throwing lefty. We like that. He's tall. We like that. He's got a decent slider and a decent changeup. And it's just funny to think about now because that changeup has become, like you said, one of the best pitches in baseball.
Welcome back to Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism. I'm Gregg Murphy. And what a week it has been for left-handed pitchers in the Phillies organization. First, the retirement of Cole Hamels, and then the 4-year contract extension for 27-year-old left-hander Christopher Sanchez. It'll be fun to watch him develop, much like Cole did, as he stays here in the Phillies organization. And Sam, I know you're in Reading right now, and you got a chance to talk to another fan favorite who will be featured in next week's show.
Yeah, Greg, as you saw earlier, we get the chance to sit down with the beloved Charlie Manuel, and we'll have more coming up next week. For Gregg Murphy, I'm Sam Stafford. We'll catch you next time.